Okay, now we're going to show you on how to do a narrow roll hem on the 1034DX. It's very simple. First, step one, you want to thread the machine for a 3-thread narrow overlock stitch, which means you take out the left needle, take out the thread for the left needle, or unthread the left needle, and all you have thread is the right needle and the upper looper and the lower looper. Here is what a narrow, if you can see it, what a narrow 3-thread overlock is. So it's more narrow than the 4-thread, and it is a nice clean stitch. I just did it just so you'll see what a narrow 3-thread overlock is. If you notice, this is the lower looper because it's in gray, and the front is the upper and the left and right, the right needle, sorry. That's just to show you what a 3-thread overlock. It's narrow. It's a nice stitch. Step 2, you want to remove the stitch finger. And to set up to remove the stitch finger, on the 1034DX, remove the stitch finger. You got to make sure the presser foot lever is up, which is to your right. Lift it up. Pull all of the threads to the back of the machine. And again, the machine is already set up for 3-thread narrow overlock stitch. Make sure that the thread is no longer attached to the stitch finger, and I did check that. You're going to take off the scrap box. Here's a way to say that. And you're going to open up the front cover. Okay? This is just so we can take out the stitch finger. You want to turn the hand wheel until the upper lure is at its lowest position, lowest. So let's make sure. Here's the upper looper here. Let me zoom in a little further. Okay, like I mentioned, you want to make sure the upper lure is at its lowest position. So that's what I'm doing now. All the way down. Lowest, I think it's right there. Yeah, that's the lowest. That's the lowest position for the upper looper. And then once that, here is the stitch finger lever. You just want to pull it, believe it or not. It's really simple. Pull it to the right. Just pull it out. Pull out the stitch finger. Ta-da! Stitch finger's out. There she is. Just pull it out. It's right here. It's a lever. When you're done, you just push it back in to the left. Just pull it to the right and pull it out. This spot here is where the stitch finger, where you can hold your stitch finger. Let me see if I could. Okay, and then this spot here is where you, once you remove your stitch finger, is where you keep the stitch finger when you're not using it. And there's a little diagram on it to get it locked in. It's not easy. Yeah. So, when you're not using your stitch finger for the roll hem, you just put it here, and you can close it. Okay? And guess what? It's that simple. Now I'm going to show you how beautiful a roll hem stitch is. I'm going to find some dark material so you can see it since the thread is light. Okay? And so we now remove the stitch finger. I have my piece of fabric, but step 4 is to adjust your Y dial that's in the front here, and it should already be on 5R, but if not, turn it to 5R, and the 5 will be like in dark square around it, and R means for roll hem. So if it's not there already, you're going to turn that. That's step 4. Step 3, sorry. Step 4, let's show you that. Step 4 now is you want to adjust your length, which is the knob that's on the right. You want to adjust your length so you can see it clearly. Here, It's probably on 3 as the default length stitch. You want to turn it to R. R, okay? R. And tell you the truth, that R is pretty much like, it's going to make it a satin stitch. So the stitches are going to be very close together. And don't be alarmed, so it's not going to move as fast because it's doing more stitching, like it's going to make like a satin stitch. So think of the R as like it's creating a satin stitch on the edge of your fabric. Okay, so 3 is the width is R, the length is on R for the roll hem. You don't have to touch anything else. You can leave your other default here to 1. That's fine. Okay. And now that she's all set up for the roll hem, let's put in the fabric. I just grabbed a piece that had some kind of color so you can see. And again, you just lift it up basically and let's start sewing. Remember, it's not going to move as fast, so don't get panicked if you feel it's not moving. Let's take a look. Look at that. Look at that beautiful stitch. Beautiful stitch. So that's a roll hem. And let's look at against the three thread overlock, if you like. And if you want, let's switch it back. If you want, we can switch it back, but I'll show you with the one we did previously, the difference here. This is the 3 thread overlock, if you can see it. This is the roll hem. Let's see if we can put it against each other. What's the difference here? See, it's tighter. The roll hem is like a satin stitch. And it's a little bit even more narrow once you take out the stitch finger. So this is your 3 thread overlock. This is your roll hem overlock. People put on napkins, different things you can do. I'm going to be using it, believe it or not, for scrunchies with a different thread. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to give them a nice, beautiful touch. So a roll hem on a 1034D X is simple. It's not hard. Probably with the 1034D, it's just as simple. But on the Brother 1040DX, it is nice and simple. Do not be scared. The DX works very well. She's not that quiet, but she's not that loud either. So, anything else? Thanks for watching. Come back again. We're going to do some more. Bye.